Hi, this is Dominic with Wholesale ATV, and thank you for making a purchase with us. Usually when people make a purchase with us, we do a once-over with them. We go over everything that's going on with the vehicle so they're familiar with what they purchased. And we want to try and make that readily available for people that do online purchases as well, because you can't be in store with us. First thing I want to start off with showing you guys is how to start it up. So first thing you want to do is turn your key clockwise till it clicks. You're going to want to hold the brake. You got to make sure that you hold the brake when you're trying to start the vehicle. It won't start unless you hold either the front brake or the rear brake, foot or hand. So you hold that brake in and make sure this kill switch is pointed down. Start button and it starts right on up. Now on these models, it doesn't have a shifter, it doesn't have a reverse gear, it has a drive gear. So you hit the throttle, it's going to go forward, it doesn't have neutral or reverse. One of the main things you want to remember on these models is they take 93 fuel. So you're going to want to use either non-ethanol or 93 fuel. They're going to spit and sputter, not run as good on lower octane fuel. Second thing I want to tell you guys about is the oil. When they first come to you, they're going to have break-in oil in them. That's a thicker oil. You're going to want to run that oil through at least with one full gas tank. After that full gas tank, you got to change the oil. And we use 1040 ATV oil. It has to be a 4-cycle oil. If it's not a 4-cycle oil, it will do damage to the clutch because these are a wet clutch system. Other than that, you have a remote switch, which has a lock and unlock feature. Now, if this vehicle is running, you hit the lock button, it will kill the vehicle. So we recommend that parents or anybody watching who's running keep that key switch on them. So if there's anything going on, you can stop the vehicle and it will not start again until you hit the unlock button. On the right-hand side of these handlebars, you have a throttle control screw. There's a nut on this throttle control screw, and if you back the screw out, it'll allow the throttle to go full. Send the screw in towards the throttle, it'll block it so that you can set what speed you want them to go at. Now, it's not going to have an exact speed. You're going to have to feel it out and figure out what speed is best, but that's how you do that. Front brake is right here, and it also has a locking mechanism. If you pull the front brake in, push this pin down, and release the brake, it will hold the brake. So that's your parking brake. To release it, squeeze the brake, and it releases. Hey guys, now we're going to go over the battery, carburetor, and how to do your oil change. Now the battery is underneath of the seat, and there's a gold lever at behind the four-wheeler that you pull, it releases the seat, and it'll expose the battery. We do provide a battery charger when you do purchase, but it doesn't have an auto kill feature. What we recommend is a Shoemaker battery tender that has an auto kill feature on it. We have a link on our website that you can purchase those. I think they're about 35 bucks. And that is a definite thing you're going to want to get. The trickle charge that has an auto kill is going to save your battery, because if it doesn't auto kill, it could kill the battery and overcharge it, which will kill it. So you can get a replacement battery through us, or I think they're as well $35. You can also get them at any auto parts store or Walmart. Just give us a call and we'll help you out with picking the right battery. Next, the carburetor. The carburetor is on the driver's side of the vehicle, underneath on top of the motor. There's a gold lever, which is the choke lever. All the way down is going to be choke off. All the way up is choke on. And it is right under here. The only time you're going to need to use that choke is when you haven't run the four-wheeler for, say, a week, or it's cold outside. It's going to be hard to start at first. Flip the choke up, give it a little bit of gas, let it run on idle, flip it down, and it should be just fine, ready to go after it warms up. Oil change is pretty simple as well. These only take 3/4 of a quart of 1040 ATV 4-cycle oil. The fill is on this side. Just unscrews right here at the base, and check your oil. Make sure it's within the lines that are guidelined on the dipstick. Right here. Now, to drain the oil that is in there, you're going to need a 17mm wrench or socket, and it's right underneath the case. It's the bigger bolt that you'll see right up underneath the case. Now these do come in, like I said, with break-in oil, which is a thicker oil that is going to need to be changed after you run the first tank of gas through it. That gets that motor nice and seated and ready, and then you, like I said, 1040 ATV 4-cycle oil. Another thing I wanted to tell you guys about is how to adjust your alignment on here. So when you have the handlebars straight, make sure they're straight. Come to the front of the vehicle and make sure these tires are both facing straight. If they aren't, it's an easy way to do it. If you look behind the tire, there's a gold colored rod. It's got 2 nuts on the end of it. Break those nuts loose and you spin this little rod, and it will adjust how the tire sits. Make sure that you line up the bars and check every time as you're adjusting it, make sure that they're lining up. Then you just tighten the 2 nuts up on the ends, and that's aligned. Also wanted to tell you a quick troubleshoot. If you turn the key on and you're getting nothing, it won't start, the starter won't spin or anything, you're gonna wanna check your fuse. Your fuse on the 110s are located off of this side in this little clear white box. Fuses are glass fuses, and you'll be able to pop that box open and see if the fuse is broken. And there's a spare fuse in there if it is, that you can just throw the new fuse in and be good to go. That's the conclusion on our once-over for the 110 Tao 4-wheelers. If you have any questions or concerns, you can give us a call in the service department. We'd be more than happy to help you out.